Excellent. I think where I think the most important and the most impactful area I feel is personally in the area of employee experience. That's one journey which has a continuum from a maturity cycle standpoint. Like every organization is in its own phase of maturity. Be it an organization which is just starting from digitization to automation to really inducing AI into their experience. It would mean just getting automation into their sort of processes, to building bots, to getting sentiment analysis into their experience and sort of using that data to respond to building the culture of trust in an organization. I think the next sort of 12 to 18 months is all about sort of transacting in that space of using AI as a means to get maybe building trust, trying to simplify a lot of things that have been complicated because manual processes, or creating more transparency in the processes that people largely did not know. And from a human resource community standpoint, I think we always struggle when we actually scale with more fairness. And if we can use AI to build more fairness in the employee experience, I think that's gold mine for us. So I guess that is the journey that we're going to be using artificial intelligence in the organization in the next 12 to 18 months. And
Well, I believe, as Puja mentioned, in the next 18 months or so, there will be significant implementation of AI solutions through the talent management cycle. AI will make HR completely digital. It will take the pen and paper out of all of our processes, right from onboarding to developing careers, skill building, HR services aspect of employee queries management, manager orchestration of processes of leading teams, learning, and then all the way through offboarding and algorithm analytics. The entire talent management cycle, I expect various specific use cases being implemented to take off pen and paper, that will take off Excel sheet management. And I believe there is going to be an exponential gain in speed and scale that organizations can gain in terms of productivity, besides the experience point that was actually mentioned. But I would also like to add, there's also a significant compliance aspect to HR, labor, people, and in large organizations where you have employees spread across various states in a country, or in international organizations like IBM, employees spread across multiple countries. We have managers leading teams across different countries, and AI will be able to sort of bring all of those compliance aspects together so that we have a strong, resilient company, which is enabling managers to make the right decisions.
I think the first one has to be around employee engagement. I think what has changed pre and post COVID is distributed workforce, a hybrid workforce, and that typically has compelled organizations to think differently about engagement. And AI can be a great friend in terms of reaching out people differently, trying to engage them in conversations differently. And AI is the best friend because it can weed out biases. It can weed out conversations that unlikely would not reach us or reach managers. And therefore, I think, just the bots talking to an employee and getting to know what their sentiments are, how are they feeling today, what their journey has been like, and then sort of resolving some of the concerns that they have. I think those will be sort of our strategies to sort of connect with people and sort of make large reach outs to distributed workforce, and also ensure that we are building a culture that is very responsive, approachable, and a culture which is very, very transparent in resolving a lot of issues that we have in the organization, where people feel that there is psychological safety. And these are things that probably people are really looking for, but using technology to the best, I think this is one strategy that we would want to go for. I think the other one is very, very important around simplifying our processes that can ease the experience of an employee. Be it a simple process of payroll management across multiple states and let's say incentive management. I think, when we work with last mile talent, and just an example of working with last mile talent when they have multiple incentive programs, if we are able to automate it and bring the intelligence into it, we will be able to ensure that we are paying in accuracy, and second, we are also bringing out the top talent the way we can treat them differently and sort of retain them as well. So automation in that journey and then using the intelligence to go to retain talent effectively. That is another way of looking at the scale distributed talent when it comes to the large workforce that is spread across feet on street workforce. That's another area of strategy that one would look for. And the last but not the least, I think just within your culture, AI can play a very big role in terms of just understanding the landscape of experience in how we build skill, how do we navigate skill nudges. Because there will be people who have skill interests but are not able to find the right places. So if we are able to integrate role-based interest with role-based career paths and sort of ensure that it's getting the right nudges, they're able to bring the right interest to the right people and then help them grow in their careers, I think that will be really, really good for people to grow in their journeys. And those journeys then can evolve and help us create a great bench strength in the organization and also show that AI is a way or AI is a medium for creating skill growth and make an organization future ready for the next generation that needs to hold the fort for the organization. So I guess, those are the ways that we will have to look at strategies that we want to do. So I think these are the three areas that I really think that we could leverage AI.
Being an IT company, we have the privilege of sort of innovating, experimenting, and we've been a client zero for IBM as an HR function itself in implementing some of these AI solutions. Back then, it was mostly around chatbots, basic chatbots. You ask a question, it gives you the answer. And then that sort of evolved into process orchestration. So you have everything in an employee profile that is digitized today. Skill data, performance data, compensation data, project experience data, career data. There is incredible amount of data in an organization. Now this AI has now evolved into integrating all of these data together to bring out insight to managers so that they can lead their teams with data and making sure that we can sort of invest in the right places of skill development, career development, including giving proactive recommendation for compensation investments, proactive retention, etc. Now then, we started to see this evolution to digital labor. So digital labor, we have about 260 something, digital parts that augment human teams across various HR processes, be it expense reimbursements, be it payroll, etc. So in a team, if you say of 10 people, you'll have 6, let's say, human payroll specialists, and you'll have 4 bots. And every year when we do an assessment, we also do an assessment for the team, for the digital bots also. So we look at, are they delivering the value that that bot was supposed to be intended to deliver on every year? If it is not, we kill it. And then we start to make the next one. So these teams of humans and AI solutions working together is really how we see this workforce profile changing. Today, now we are moving it to a super intelligent generative AI era. And we are now at the cusp of implementing some incredibly powerful, I'm going to say digital assistants, which are now being tested, trained, for employees and managers to use. And I can tell you, as a consumer and an HR practitioner, I'm hugely impressed with this infinite potential. It sort of adds wings to yourself. It gives back time every day so that you have time to think. Then HR professionals are now doing higher order work and are not necessarily getting into the grunt work that otherwise in the past they were used to. So we've seen careers also evolve, and that is enabled by AI. So I think in the future we will see, you know, HR professionals moving into work that they actually love to do, and where they can make the most impact to the organization, while AI does all of the other work that you necessarily don't like to do.
I can't think of one word, but I can definitely think of a acronym that says AI plus HI, which is artificial intelligence plus human intelligence. And the reason why I would say that is that I would look for how artificial intelligence combined with human intelligence can help bring inclusivity in the organization and help a very equal space for persons with disability, people with all races, every kind of person should get an equal space in an organization to be able to operate, and how AI can facilitate that. And I think the recent Olympics also gave us a great view of that. So I think we should be able to use that in an organization and make it very, very equitable for everyone.
One word I would say is responsible AI. Yeah, and I say that because the rate and pace of development in this space is amazing. And if we don't build this within the guardrails of ethical AI, explainable AI, transparency in how this whole AI works, fairness so that it is not biased, it has to be robust enough so that you've seen this recent issues with cyber attacks, etc., without having to quote anybody.
That's
right. It can really shut down mission critical systems.
Yes.
So AI needs to be robust enough that it can protect itself. And lastly, it needs to be private and confidential, safeguard individual data, because we're dealing with people information which is sensitive and personal. So I think all companies that implement and develop AI should work on a responsible, ethical AI framework that is broadly accepted across all the countries in the world and complied with the laws of that.